What's going on, guys? Kigerr here, and today we're going to be talking about my Alliance Contribution Infographic. We're going to talk about the different ways to get it, how to maximize it, and what each Alliance leader should be looking for. Let's get into it. Alright guys, this is my Alliance Contribution Infographic here, and I had these numbers done up for me by my Alliance leader, J-Dark. Shout out to you, buddy. Does a great job, really looks for these numbers all the time, and these are slightly fudged, like the 6.15, it's like 1518, blah 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 blah, forward and forever. So I cut off the N numbers, so this is rounded up slightly, but they should equate to about the same. Now, to give you an explanation of what these scores mean here, at the end of the week, to score who's the number 1 alliance, number 2 alliance, number 3 alliance for those attack buffs, these are a lot of the ways to get those points. Whatever your Dimension Duel score is at the end of the week, doesn't matter how many times you win, doesn't matter how many times you lose. What your score is at the end of the week, times that by 6.15. So if you're brand new, 1000 times 6.15, that's what you have. It's not your max score, it is your ending score. So if you get up to 1300 but end at 1235, it's going to calculate off of that 1235. Onto Megawar, the same thing, but you have a little bit less control over it. As you see, it's the score is way less, but that's because you get way more score during those matches. So whatever your score is, you can do Omega War all day, every day, but it only tallies your highest score of that day, and this number is all 7 days combined times 0.023, and that goes towards your alliance contribution. Battle Challenge, it's way smaller, but that's because these numbers are astronomical. To give you an idea, the bare minimum 1 through 35, if you just get the 1 star with the sweep ticket and do no bonuses on 36 through 40, just the clear, that is 17.1 million points. And then you times that by 0.00072, and that ends up being your Battle Challenge contribution. It sounds super small, but when you look at how much you're getting, it really ends up being a decent chunk if all 50 players are actually doing the 3-star on 1 through 35 and doing odds and end bonuses what they can handle for 36 through 40. The last one right here, loyalty. So up here it says loyalty plus 144. That's not for a 10 draw, that's for each draw. So if you do 1 ticket or 10 tickets, it's going to be 144 per. So if you do a 10 pull, it's going to be 144 times 10. If you do 30 pulls, 100 pulls, whatever that number is, times 144. As you see, loyalty, the draws, is the biggest contribution towards your weekly contribution. To give you an idea, this is what my alliance looks for at the end of the week. This is my alliance leader putting out, it's Friday, this is what people need to be working on, things like that. You'll see Alliance Raid daily. Please do Alliance Raid at least once a day on your mains. There's usually an event going on that you get a bonus regardless, and you're helping out your alliance anyways. So we're on step 14 at this time, which would be 66,500 points just if you claim those rewards. And we want them to have at least 5,000 personal score. I think this is super low for the level of alliance that I am at, but we're pretty laid back. So for ignoring the alliance stuff, your other scores combined should be 87,500. These numbers are kind of low, but he also points out some people that need to do their battle challenge, things like that. This is a reminder right here. If you are joining an alliance in the middle of the week, uh, it calculates for your old alliance, but if you want it to calculate for your new alliance, you need to do a battle challenge and get at least 1 point higher on something. May it be like a half a second faster on level 1 or something. It'll recalculate your points and give you all your points for your new alliance. Same with Dimension Duel. I believe Omega War actually calculates correctly towards your new score. But we have the low people that are below, people that are above. So for what I believe a low tier alliance should be looking for as far as points, really just focus on leveling up your alliance, getting people that work together, and just trying to clear the content. I believe you guys should be focused on trying to get alliance raid level 10, and that's going to sound like a lot. These are for the new alliances that people are fresh level hundreds with 20 to 30 people throughout the week. I want you to get to alliance rate level 10, and you'll be noticing an influx of points. As you see, my alliance is looking for 5,000 personal score. I believe that should be a mid-tier alliance, what they're looking for. Not necessarily 14, 15, or 16 step. I think step 12 is pretty good. Maybe if you get a good week of good bosses, step 13 is possible for you. These are the people who have 50 players, are able, once you get up to stage 10 and 11, they only have one, two, maybe a third character they can use. I think that's a good spot for a mid-tier alliance. Is 5 or 8,000 points hitting stage 12. Now, if you're at a higher alliance, people that are working up their alts, they can do 3 to 5 a day. Doesn't matter what it is. Uh, I've done some tests lately, and that's all I've been doing is going in with, yes, my main is very, very strong, but I do it on auto with no enhancers. If you use enhancers and you actually play, you should be able to do just fine. Follow your alliance leader, get those buffs. You will get a lot more points going in with a group of 5 with buffs than you will a group of 12 or 14 without buffs. I know I'm spending a lot of time talking about alliance raid, but you'll notice this is where a bulk of points comes from for your alliance contribution. Everyone will have the same points, but your alliance versus another alliance will be the big gap closer. We've had several weeks where we were trumping our opposition for second place on the alliance raid, on the alliance board, but the third place at the time people threw money at the problem with those tickets, and they've done that for several weeks, and now they're kind of at a point where, well, they used a bunch of money for the last month and a half, 2 months. Now they're naturally built up their roster a little bit, and they're going higher than my alliance currently is. But for those higher tier alliances, you want to be pushing for that 300 personal score. I know that sounds like a big jump, but if you're doing 3 to 5, that shouldn't be a problem. I'm breezing the 500k max with only doing 3 or 4 characters a day, if that, on some days. Your alliance across the board should want to be doing alliance wars. Win or lose, it's still a bunch. If your players are focused on PvE, let them work on their battle challenge as much as possible. Obviously, get the 5 dimension duels and the 2 Omega Wars per day. But then, if you are PvE focused and want to help your alliance, that'll be the alliance raid, as well as down here at battle challenge, and really focus in on those points. If you are a PvP player, try to get as high as you can in Dimension Duel, but if you hit that plateau where you can't seem to get any higher, try teaming up with alliance mates and Omega War, which this is an interesting way to buff your scores a little bit, because if you uh, are like a 1.2, 1.3 character, and you team up with an alliance mate that's 2 million, a little bit more, you're able to get points by assisting him and communicate, well, them, and communicating with the game plan and getting more kills across the board. Because if you go in alone, you might get a kill or two, you'll get a couple assists. But if you're going in with a buddy, maybe two or three buddies, and they're cleaning house and you are buffing them, getting some taps in, then you'll notice a huge increase in your score. Let me know if this infographic, which you'll find in my Discord link down below, let me know if this helped you at all, if it was confusing, and let me know how you would touch this up a bit. I'm going to pretty it up in the days to come. Till next time, guys.